Hey everybody, this is Adam Bomb with Adam Bomb Breaks, and it's time to do a review. It's finest released week. That means it's finest baseball at its best. Love this year, love everything about it. One reoccurring thing that I don't like what Topps is doing, so we'll check it out and see what I think about the entire set. Let's go. 2025 Finest Baseball. There it is. Paul Skeen graces the cover again. 2 autographs per box, just like normally. So we'll go through what you can expect, what's in the set, how much they produce, how rare are the base cards, hit odds, auto odds, and we'll compare some stats to earlier years. That's right. We go through everything you can possibly think of. And if you think of anything else, we've taken suggestions and incorporated those. We'll take them. But we go into the deepest dive you're going to find on the net, on YouTube about this stuff in a presentation form. So you don't have to read and read and read. You can just kind of listen. So 10 cards per pack, 6 packs per box, 8 boxes per case. There's your box, the back of the box, 2 autos as normal per box. I don't know why I spelled it that way. That's weird. 300 base cards. It's kind of 100, and then they make 3 of each guy because they do the rarities with the rarity tiers with common, uncommon, and rare. Started this last year. I'm not the biggest fan, but it's kind of grown on me. It's kind of fun. Here are the parallels, and you can see there's numbers next to each of them. Those are 3, so that is common, uncommon, and rare in that order. So you can see magenta, sky blue, refractor, purple, blue, purple checkerboard, blue checkerboard, green, pearl checkerboard, gold oil spill, which is not numbered, but it's in that 20 to 8 range, depending on which rarity you get. Orange, black, red, and superfractor. And there's the Nolan Arenado to 10. This is the rare version because it's a black to 10. You can tell, and we'll look right now, how you can tell the base variations. So I tried to find the Christian Campbell across the board. I could not find a rare. And others I would find a common, uncommon, and it's just very difficult because it's not quite out yet when I'm producing this. But Christian Campbell, you can see kind of the stripe thing in the background. If it has the small planet with the other little circles in the back, that's the uncommon. And the rare is the big one. Yeah, pretty good design. I'm interested to see them in my hand. I do plan on getting some, hopefully tomorrow with the drop. Variations and inserts. There's 10 insert sets, 4 base, 6 short print. Arrivals, creators, debut, and finest timelines of kind of what you're going to call the base inserts. They have similar parallel rainbow, refractor, sky blue, purple, blue, green, gold, orange, black, red, and superfractor. And those follow the normal Topps numbers. That's one thing about this one. It's kind of like, okay, we're not following the numbers that we just came out and said that all the sets are going to have the same color rainbow. But not so much. Here are the shorter printed stuff. Bullish, Fiesta, Gusto, and Let's Go. There is a Fiesta. I didn't put the short print odds on these, but they're very tough pulls. Red to 5, Superfractor. There you go. Most of those you're never probably going to see in a box because they're just tough pulls. They're greater than case hits. Very, very difficult. You're going to multiple cases. Smashing through and headliners. Somebody pulled this Otani. I think they have it too low. I think they have it at $600, and that's smashing through right there. I would say it's probably greater than that because but it really depends on all these short prints. It's always interesting because if the consumers, the hobbyists, don't really latch on to it like a downtown or something, it just doesn't have as much value. Now, 30, 40 years down the road, when people are trying to put together these sets, they'll get a lot of value. That's what we see now with those valuable mid 90s refractor type sets. Autos, base auto is what they call the finest auto. There's 135 of those this year. Refractor purple, blue, sky green, sky blue, green, gold, orange, red, black, and superfractor. I kind of mixed up some of those. Finest moments, they've had these. There's no rookies. This is just kind of vets, uh, current players, vets, and then Hall of Famers. 37 in that set. There were 1 per 2 cases. So not extremely rare, but you should be pretty happy if you pull one. Debut autos. There's one right there. 1 per 3.4 cases. 22 in that set. And there's your parallel rainbow. And creators. This one I really like the way they did it. It looks like the old, if you know, or I can't even remember. Knowing's half the battle, maybe G.I. Joe. I just remember watching cartoons and they would have that rainbow and then the letters across it like that. Somebody could comment and help my memory out, but I think that's one of the better insert autos there. More autos, Gustographs, 1 per 10 cases, Rookie Cup Anniversary and Rookie Cup Dual Auto, 1 per 15, 1 for 26 cases. And the Rookie Auto Relic, which is new. They haven't ever had RPAs or just Relic Autos. But these are going to fall just a shade under every 2 cases. And they do have a parallel rainbow. And then you have the original buybacks and the mystery redemption. Those are, of course, very, very tough pulls. All right. Speaking of all the parallels. So this is kind of a breakdown. So you can kind of see 2021, the boom happens. Still 100 cards in the base set, 15 base parallels, 81 in the auto set, and only 9 parallels in that. So kind of straightforward. 2022 didn't change much, added a few more parallels, of course, production increase. 2023, okay, another parallel. Let's add some more autos and add 2 parallels in your auto rainbow. Well, 2024 is when everything changed. They changed the format of the box. Instead of getting, I think you used to get 8 packs or 6 packs, and there were too many boxes. They just went with packs. You get 6 packs now. No, it was actually 6 packs per mini box, and so there was 12. So they changed everything, and then that's when they jumped up to 300 base cards. So when you add so many more base cards, you're really able to increase production without it seeming like you increased production, because you're still going to have all the hits. Now, if you actually look, and we'll show this later, hits are a lot more prevalent in 2024 and 2025. It's kind of watered down. Now you have 300 prospects to get. Now it's only 100 players, but you don't have to pick all the good ones. Normally they don't. And you can see the autos, they just bumped them up. I mean, we're getting almost to the double range. We're about 25 autographs off from being double what it was in 2021. That's how you multiply the hobby. That's all I'm going to say. Topps Finest, 2 and basically 3 pages of numbers. Crunched them all together and gave us a production. 67,000 boxes, 8,500 cases, standard deviation of 3. Pretty solid numbers that they gave us on the odds. Now, you had to exclude some because they weren't making sense. But excluding all the outliers, about 3% standard deviation. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It just means how variable the number is. So plus or minus 3% on the number. So that's pretty dang good. True base cards, almost 3 million. That means I'm only dividing it by 100 because it's the players. Each base card has about 20. I don't know. These are actually just the common cards, true common cards. Everything else wouldn't be counted as that. Base cards, 29,000. 5,200 inserts total. About 140,000 autos. Numbered cards, a ton. Numbered inserts, 55,000 basically. Let's compare it across past years of Finest. And we have a lot of data here. So you can see we're about, I'll really look at the boxes, about 20,000 boxes, 24,000, 35, big jump into 18, 19. 2020 was flat, but that's when the boom was occurring. We didn't see a big jump until 2021, and that's what we saw. 28% increase in boxes. 2022 actually decrease. Makes a little bit of sense. All the production issues they were having with COVID and stuff. 2023, hey, bump it up. 2024 is when Fanatics took control. They changed the set and pretty much flat on the production increase. Packs were down a ton because you had a lot less packs. But the boxes went up severely in 2025. So 18% increase. Last year was a little watered down, the boxes I opened. Now, you can't find one of those boxes very cheap because the rookie class is amazing. But I don't know. I'm having some thoughts about this 2025, and we'll talk about the price here in a little bit. But 2025, that's a lot of production. A lot of production. So, comparing it across other releases, it's on the same order as Topps Chrome Jumbo. Usually, this is about in the 40,000 range. Finest, Bowman's Best, they're right around the 45,000 range. So this is a little scratch your head interesting. That's about all I can say. All right, hit odds. We take all the numbers and we say add them all up. If I open one pack, I'm getting 1.4 hits. That's a numbered card, SP, or an auto, something along those lines. Case hits, which is a short print. Box, you're going to get about 8.5 per box, which is really nice. Total auto odds better be right at 2, and that's where it's at. Sometimes it's a little above on this type of stuff, like this Bowman's Best. But this year it looks like you're not getting any bonus autos. Odds at a base auto in that is about 50%. Odds on a numbered base auto is about 1. So you're going to get a base auto that's numbered probably. 50% of the time you're going to get another base auto. And then there's some auto inserts. Pretty decent numbers here. I was happy to see that these numbers aren't close to like 4%, 2%, 3%. Short print odds, now I just added up all the various short prints and you have about a 17% chance of pulling one. And these are out of a box. All these at the bottom where you see the dividing line, that's a box. So, all right. Now we're going to compare pack odds across the years. You can see because you went from 12 to 6, of course it jumped up. It jumped up a lot actually. And your hit odds went up considerably for the box, which makes sense because of the increase in the number of base cards. So you're getting a lot more numbered base cards. Auto odds, pretty normal there. Last year you had a lot better chance of non-base autos. This year you're getting one usually per box. Cost per hit and cost per auto per box. There you go. 300, yeah, right. I'm guessing it's gonna 450 is what the secondary market's going at right now. Releases tomorrow. It's set, I think, at 300 is what I was seeing on Fanatics. They had a raffle up, and it seemed like the raffle came down early. I'm a little confused with that. I did put in for the raffle, but it did not send me like, hey, you got in the raffle. So I'm guessing I didn't get in the raffle. But you can see here, it's going to be pretty tough to get your money back. There's very few autos that are going to be worth, we'll just say right there, 375 range, that are going to be worth $181 each. And that's to get your money out just about out of the autos. Now, granted, you're going to have other things. You're going to have some number cards that are going to be nice. So cost per hit needs to average about $45 per hit. Again, that's pretty dang tough. This set in the past always released in the 250 range. This is, if not less, I want to say it sometimes released in the $200 range. But you got to 10x the hobby somehow. All right. Looking at the cost in review, 2023 you can currently buy for about $330. 2024 is crazy. The change, and it just got really popular. 625 is the lowest I found it. 2022 300. 2021 you can find around $200. Not too shabby. Tarek Scooball, Jazz is in that. That's pretty much the big ones. 2020 is actually not too bad. Now you just heard the dog bark because, hey, why not? But yeah, 450. That's secondary market price on average, like at Dave and Adams, Steel City, that type thing. I guess they're selling. Okay, what does all this mean? It's Finest. It cannot be a bad release. Finest just can't be. I'm not the biggest fan of the 3-tier system. I just mentioned that on the base cards, but I still love the set. I think they do an amazing job on the art, and it's usually a good rip value-wise. Usually. Rookies in this set are getting better. The design is awesome. It might be a little too cosmic-y. This year looks a little better, but it still kind of looks planetoid-ish in the background. There's RPAs. I thought that was an amazing addition, having the patch autos. Short prints. They really didn't have short prints in the last, traditionally in Finest. Not like they do this year. They have a bunch of short prints. That seems like the new thing that they like to push, which I don't mind. The elephant in the room is the price. $300 at launch is way too much. $450 in the secondary just needs to come down. It's gonna be extremely difficult unless you're hitting like a case hit type or a product hit to make your 450 back. Or a variation of a product hit. Like a to 5 of one of the better rookies of James Wood's probably going to be in that 450 range. ROI is just unlikely. Makes it a very good break-centric box, but people don't want that. People actually want to be able to open these things. Again, all this is based on the odds and what I've seen so far. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I do like it. It's just the price. If the price was in the 200, 240 range, 230, it'd probably be like a 9. It's just hard to swallow, and it's going to be tough to get these boxes because Topps just isn't going to sell a bunch at $300 when they can give it to their people. So they stopped distribution, and they're doing their own distribution now. So anyways, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. If you've just found us, I appreciate any help you can get. I really want to get this information out to everybody. I do this for my benefit as well as everybody else's. I try to just inform the mass hobby. And subscribe. Check out any other videos. We do this for most Topps releases. Baseball, basketball, and football. Should have Finest basketball out soon. The price is right on that, dude. I'm excited about that one to review to see if it's better than last year, because last year was not so good. And as always, check us out on our website, on Facebook. We do group breaks. Facebook's the best place to get information about the group breaks. Just put in Atom Bomb Breaks in Google. You'll find out all our socials. And it's also in the description. So, as always, be kind, be nice to those around you, and peace out. Thank you for watching.